Hey everybody, it's Chris Widener. I'm going to talk to you today about how long it can take you for your dreams to come true, but why it's important to continue to pursue your dreams, even if it takes a long time. I'll give you two examples from my own life. When I was a kid, maybe 14, 15, 16 years old, I bought a book called Put Your Money Where Your Mouth Is, How to Make a Living as a Professional Speaker. Now, of course, you know I travel all over the world. One of the most highly paid speakers in the world. Traveled all sorts of foreign countries all over the United States. I've shared the stage with U.S. presidential candidates, Olympic athletes, news anchors, national news anchors, television show with Zig Ziglar, co-authored books with Jim Rohn, all these kinds of things. But it didn't start out that way. It started out with a 15-year-old kid buying a book called Put Your Money Where Your Mouth Is, How to Make a Living as a Professional Speaker. And it took a while to get there. Even as I began my speaking career, I didn't make a lot of money. I was making a little bit of money, getting paid a little bit for speeches. But over the course of time, I bought that book in probably 1981. And when my career really took off was probably 2004. So, you're talking about 23 years that I had to wait. Now, another great story is the home that we live in. We live in a beautiful 10-acre estate outside of Seattle, right on the raging river. And this was a house that I drove by for 21 years. I used to stop in front of the gates. We got those big double, opening gates, and the front gate is like 400 or 500 feet long, brick pillars with wrought iron fencing and big double gates. And I used to stop, even as a kid, age 17 is when they built the home. I'd stop in front of the gates and say, I'm going to buy that house someday. So in 1983, the house was built, and I lived out here in this area. I used to drive by it. In fact, I totaled my first car right out here on the road that I now live on, a 1968 Mustang, which probably would have been worth about $50,000 now. But I digress. I drove by it for 21 years, from 1983 to 2004, when we did, in fact, buy the house, move my family in. What would you dream about that's so big that you would pursue it for over 20 years in order to get it? Because sometimes it takes a long time to get your dream. But that's what I want to challenge you with. Dream such big dreams that it would be powerful enough for you to pursue it for over 20 years. Because you know that when you get there, it's going to be worth it. Dream big dreams. One of my favorite books is David Schwartz, The Magic of Thinking Big. It's just as easy to think big as it is to think small. Think big this week.